Like Lily Phillips are running trains through y'all crib.
You know how Kim Kardashian...
So the United Healthcare assassin gets extradited.
Elon Musk give me real bad vibes. And
I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's something out there called the Illuminati card game, and supposedly it was made in the 1980s. And supposedly it also has a lot of cards in there that have predicted world events since the 80s. And I find it really weird because the elites or the delete parasites, they have to tell us what they're doing, mainly because they think that it will rid them of any karmic debt that they acquire on us. But if you really think about it, what if the deletes, the Illuminati, the secret societies are actually playing this game, and unbeknownst to us, we are just pawns in that game. And the whole thing is just a system, which kind of goes back to that Marilyn Manson song when he says, "We're all stars now" in the Dope Show. But let me just show you some of the cards. Interestingly enough, Canada is on there. Actually, card 54, and it says peaceful liberal government, huge green coastal nation, which is how they're basically taking over Canada and making it a complete communistic crap hole. Then we have the energy crisis, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember in the 70s when they said that we were going to have an oil shortage and that we weren't going to have oil and gas to basically power the world. Another interesting one, considering this was made in the 80s, is the epidemic. Disaster. This is an attack to destroy any place. It does not require an action. Its power is 14. Now, I find that really weird because they've got the masks, they've got the gloves, they've got the you-know-what, and they've got a little poison sign on the you-know-what. Almost like they predicted it. Now, this one is kind of weird, especially for the 80s, because it says being hung for political correctness. Used insensitive pronoun. How did they know in the 80s that we would have pronouns now? And then the other one is ate flesh of unalived animals. Good thoughts are now required. Increase the power of all liberal groups by 3. All conservative groups with a power of only 1 become criminal as well. Interesting. Now, the weird part is there's 400 cards in this entire set, and a lot of them are very interesting, especially if you go through them one by one. And then the realization that maybe the elites are actually playing a chess game and we're just pawns makes you kind of wonder about the entire state of the matrix that we're in. Now, I'm watching a lot of normies wake up, and they're starting their videos with, "I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't usually question anything. But this entire outage that happened in the last 2 days kind of sus." Yeah, it's called the World Economic Forum, and they even said that they would do it. And the reason why they're going to do it is to basically make you get digital IDs, because they're saying that somebody else is hacking the system when it's in fact them hacking it. Also, they're also responsible for all of our elections being completely rigged. Now, another interesting thing that has happened in the last 2 days is everybody's talking about Biden stepping down, but no one's talking about the fact and the significance of him stepping down July 21st, which was a full moon. Now, those of you who know billionaires, you know that they watch astrology, and a full moon means the ending of a cycle. Now, there's probably other astrological significances in the entire scheme of things that I haven't really looked into, but if you really understand the game that they're playing, then you can kind of understand where we're headed to in the future and what's really being played on us.
Wow. First and foremost, I thought that conspiracy card game was like a 52 card thing. I've seen like different illustrations of that. Were there multiple card games that were like Illuminati driven? I mean, the illustrations were wild. Canada got its own communist Canada. That just don't sound right. I can't even picture that. Those guys are way too nice. You ever meet a Canadian? Way too nice. Why are they so nice? I've been getting YouTube shorts about like ethics in Japan and how like Japanese people don't hold doors for people, and it's just like the norm. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? Like that feels rude, but it's like, no, it's rude if you do it. Wasting energy. They don't care. They got a whole populace crisis over there. It's a whole thing. I've been watching lots of YouTube shorts. It's interesting. All right. I mean, I believe you that there's this game. There's definitely predictions that appear to be spot on, especially the one that had the quarantine on there. Did they always know?
Yeah, let's go to the mountain. Airbnb owners out there, be weary, because people like Lily Phillips are running trains through y'all cribs. They didn't find out until after the fact. Lily was a great guest left everything spotless, clean, spotless and clean, all right. 100 dudes fucked on that bed right then and there. She was just laying in, out, in, out, in, out. And as an Airbnb owner, how do you recover from this? Because you either have to lean into the horniness and be like, hey, come stay where 100 dudes ran a train, or you have to try to dispel, change everything, the bed, the sheets, the wall. You have to start painting shit different, basically so there can be no trace. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I was going for an Airbnb, whoa, hold on. Didn't 100 dudes run a train on a girl and then she started crying? I feel like this is just bad energy, bad aura. I can't stay here. And on top of that, I feel dirty. I'm just looking at that bed and thinking, ooh, 100 back to back in less than 24 hours? No thanks. 1-star review. And as an Airbnb host, how do you even get your get back? I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably just say, fuck it. I'm putting this house on the market because what can we do? Nobody gonna want to come here anymore. Pun intended. If I was the Airbnb owner, I think I would just lean into the horniness and probably hit Lily up and be like, hey, do you want to do 1,000 here? We're gonna charge you a little more for this crib. But it's like Lily probably has herself banned on all Airbnb lists now. So just be wary of who you let your Airbnb to, because I know she didn't say, oh yeah, what are you doing here today? Oh, I'm just gonna chill and then 100 guys are gonna fuck me. Thanks for your spot.
Wait, I don't understand. Did she do this for like a Guinness World Record or something? Is this like record-breaking numbers here? I don't know how it works, I guess. But regardless, why do you have to choose an Airbnb? Why not just go to a hotel or a motel or a sleazy place? Why you got to ruin some other person's property's value like this? Well, I mean, does it really ruin the property's value? Then again, I went to Pompeii. It was a thing. And then on the tour, one of the places they show you is a brothel. And they're like, this is a brothel. These are the beds that the people used to do things in. And we're like, what the hell? Like, why is this part of the... Maybe someday in the future, that house is going to be part of a tour of United States that has finally collapsed after all the craziness. And they're like, the United States used to be where this lady... Sorry. What the hell is going on? What is this? Is this content now? Yo, I need 100 people to come here and do this. I mean, how do you even... I have so many more questions. Does many people do this? Is this only a her thing?
The wildlife in and around New Jersey are swarming. The next two videos are from two different witnesses who captured birds, ducks, geese, hundreds and thousands of them swarming in the air, leaving New Jersey. Now, the center of this whole drone event is centered around New Jersey, and we really need to ask why. But also, we need to be paying attention to the earth signs, animal signs, because they let us know something really is going on. Take a look at these two videos and tell me what you think.
They going somewhere. Oh my God.
Yo, I'm looking at these and I can't tell. I'm like, I can see the birds being replaced by drones, and really it's another country that's sending us entire birds at flocks just to, do surveillance. It's a thing. The birds aren't real. Haven't you heard? But at the same time, they are showing drones and stuff. So like, why even disguise it as birds at this point? Just put the drone out there and just be like, yeah, we're doing the things and you're not going to stop us.
Hey, y'all. You know how Kim Kardashian dressed up as a reptilian this year for Halloween? Well, look how she decorated her house. And let me tell you, people have their own crazy opinions and theories on why she decorated her house like this for Halloween this year. Some people are saying that she modeled them after the Diddy tunnels. Some people are saying that these are all the sacrifices she's made throughout the years for her to be famous. And that's what these decorations are symbolizing. But this next clip right here is what makes me believe that this was like a sacrificial decoration for her house. Like homegirl's about to do some rituals. Who decorates a hallway like this? I know it's Halloween, but you gotta live there. That's too freaky at night. Can you imagine the children? I rebuke this in the name of the Lord.
Bro, I feel like one of those statues is gonna turn alive and just like grab you. What was it? You ever been to the Universal, like the Mummy ride or whatever, where you go through the thing? They have like the Anubis statues there at the end. That's like, dude, is it gonna grab me? It's so scary. Oh, only a few of you will know what that. Regardless.
Welcome to the rabbit hole. Do you know who posted this picture and where this picture is from? I do. It's the same person who posted this picture, and I will not tell you what they're doing. Someone outlined it for you. Sometimes the big guy is the little girl. This is Rachel Chandler. Here's Rachel with P. Diddy, and it says here she's 14. This is her saying it too. Billy boy. She just happens to make it around the most famous of people. Britney Spears knows a lot about this. She also worked for Midland Casting, which was partnered with Balenciaga. Those models look so happy, don't they? I mean, seriously, who is this woman?
Wait, I don't understand. I entered the rabbit hole, but wait, and then the picture, like, who took that picture? The first picture was like the Kim Kardashian, like, wait, let me see.
Rabbit hole.
Dude, look at this. Doesn't this look like the Kim Kardashian decorations? What the heck? What the heck? Very, very interesting. Laser engravings are a thing. Did they really get the stone lasered like that quickly? I mean, so we do have the tech to do it now, so we can just start making these types of laser engraved stone artifacts for like future.
So the United Healthcare assassin gets extradited to New York in a Batman villain style escort. Why does this feel like we are living in one big TV show, reality show? Because there's so many moving parts to this whole thing, you guys, and let me bring a few things to your attention. For one, there is a code that correlates with all of this that he left behind on purpose, which is the 286 code. Like on his X account, he has a Pokemon, which is the number of that Pokemon, 286. Then he gets caught 286 miles away at a McDonald's from the point where he committed the crime. But before he gets caught, he gets on the highway to escape on Route 286. He also leaves a backpack full of Monopoly money, and Monopoly has 286 total pieces to the game. Now, he was doing this to bring light to the 286 denial code in which healthcare providers use, which means if you didn't submit an appeal within a certain time frame, they just deny you with this code. This dude is a modern day Riddler. But here's the weird part. That's not the only code. There's also a code that everybody missed, which is the 128 code. Now, he was caught with a fake ID when he got caught at McDonald's, and the ID's address said 128 Sherman Place, which is the same time that the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed. Not only that, the first tower in 9/11 collapsed at 1028 128. And if that's not enough, the movie Leave the World Behind, which came out last year on December 8th, 128, he gets arrested a year and a day later to that movie. And if you remember, Julia Roberts, the actress in the movie, her birthday is 1028, 128. Not to mention, she was on a show called Friends, and the girl in the movie was obsessed with the show Friends. And guess who dies on her birthday, 128? Matthew Perry. If you guys remember, that movie predicted everything that happened this year. And it doesn't stop there. So remember that short squeeze where it was the little guys versus the big guys, and it was Robin Hood with GameStop? Yeah, that happened on January 28th, 128, which is even more eerie with this picture right here where he looks like a modern day Robin Hood. So what I think Luigi is trying to tell us is that this whole system is about to collapse. Everything that happened in the movie that he correlated with those codes correlates to the financial system, the healthcare system, and all the corruption that needs to be exposed. And a cherry on top, he's actually in the same jail as Diddy now. This is like Arkham Asylum in there. And I find it funny that we call Diddy the Diddler after the Riddler, who he's like the Riddler, of course. But get this, their lawyers, Luigi and Diddy, their lawyers are married. Okay, that's enough internet for the day, but let me know what you guys think below.
Wait, what? Their lawyers are married? All right, at first I'm like, bro, all this numerology things. I mean, yeah, you can just say it was like that movie I seen.
It's literally so over for humanity. This is a conversation between two AIs trained by Facebook to negotiate with each other, and while they might not seem like they're making sense, they're actually speaking an artificial language entirely constructed between themselves. Although the bots were trained on an English data set, they obviously didn't actually speak English, so they ended up assigning their own meanings and grammatical rules to better understand each other in the negotiation. And in another experiment, researchers were able to get two AIs to create their own communication protocol using colors and shapes instead of words. They did this simply by asking the bots to speak to each other, and at that point, they ended up making their own language without any further supervision. Now, we've already known that AI is better at encoding information than human language. For example, Google Translate works by turning sentences into more efficient strings of numbers that they then translate to the other language. But we're also rapidly approaching a reality where AIs can figure out how to communicate with each other in highly efficient ways that we don't even understand. It's often been compared to cryptophasia, the phenomenon where twins develop a secret language between themselves that only they can really understand. Only in this situation, the twins aren't twins, they're machines that are already way more intelligent than we are.
Yeah, I 100% believe the machines are going to have better encryption than anything we come up with. This is why I'm like, yo, these are the things. And when it comes down to surveillance, our surveillance really don't matter. Everything can be decrypted. Now that the Willows chip exists, you're like, oh boy. Where do you go from here with this information? You know, it's like we already knew. What was it, Alice and Bob from Meta? Like those were the two AIs that they shut down. They made their own language and started communicating. It's like, oh my God, that's so scary. Imagine they still live and they moved from that computer to a different computer. How do you know they really shut it down? They don't have the football bag like Sam Altman, what he can just press and then all the open AI servers go boom.
Everyone's asking for updates about this fog, but in this video, you're going to see that you need to check your HVAC filter. That's what this lady did. I'm putting her in the link below. We know this fog has been crazy, but just take a look at this. You need to check yours too. Let's go.
I need to show you guys my air filter in my house. There's fog everywhere, and I've been feeling like respiratory issues for like a couple days now, like basically since the fog started. And I decided after seeing all the fog videos on TikTok, I would come and change my filter, which I do every month. This is a new one. Let me show you what my new one looks like.
So I'm asking everyone to go check your HVAC filter. Let me know what yours is like. Comment below where you're from.
Keep in mind, I just changed this filter like a month ago. Let me show you the one that I'm about to pull out. Look at this filter, y'all. I've never pulled out a filter this dark in my life.
So for more strange and crazy updates, you can follow this channel. Comment below where you're from. But yes, there's some strange things going on in the sky. What can we do? We're going to make it.
Bro, we are 100% going to make it. But at the same time, I got one of these things, right? I got an HVAC system in my house. And when the filter needs to be changed, sometimes it beeps. And I just figured it's like on like 6-month timer. And that's when it beeps. But I just replaced that filter like not even 3 months ago, and I go down to the basement and it's already beeping to change the filter. I'm like, yo, now that the fog has increased, man, oh my God, I got to go check that filter. I'm like, nah, it's just early. We'll just wait another three months or something Oh boy, now I got to go check that filter.
For nothing, Elon Musk give me real bad vibes, and I don't know what it is. The dude is very smart. Very smart. You can't get to where he's at without being smart, but it's just something about him that gives I don't know. All right, so Elon Musk changed his name on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. And the name that he changed it to has everybody speculating. Now the name is Kikius Maximus. And if you don't know what that name means, that's another thing that you should look up. If you don't have time to look it up, the name that he changed his name to means the demonic god of darkness. All right, so this is what I know. Now, the name that he changed his Twitter handle to is a digital currency. This digital currency surged in value like 900%. Now, enough about the digital currency. Because if the name changes that, then the name changes that. But what if the name change ain't that? I just get real sneaky Dr. Evil vibes when I look at Elon Musk. It's like he too smart for his own damn good. And I know he may have something up his sleeve. And y'all better believe whatever he's doing for the better of him. Not for everybody else. Got to pay attention to that man. That man real weird. Not for nothing.
Yeah, I do feel like he's doing it for himself, not for everybody else, because he wants that. He's trying to do something. He's got the things. Dude, this guy is definitely always shilling crypto on X. Like, he'll make like a one-word statement, and I'm convinced he's already into the crypto, and then he artificially pumps it, and that's how sometimes he makes money to do his like crazy shenanigans, because it don't make sense sometimes. It really don't. So he changed his name to Kiki something. All right. Last time I heard of Kiki was it Kiki, are you okay? Da-na-na-na. What was that, Drake? That was the last time I heard of someone say Kiki.
Pulling the Post Malone is essentially the biggest fear for hip-hop fans within the rap community.
So I've never been a fan of Post Malone, and despite my wife enjoying his music, I've never really been able to articulate why. And I like this creator's video because I think it helped sort out why in my head. I'm sure Post Malone is a talented musician, but it always feels like he's more of a vibe, like he's appropriating a look and embodying it like a method actor. He feels like Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder. And this creator talks about how Post Malone used to act a certain way and carry himself a certain way, and now he just doesn't anymore. Now he's doing it with country. But you got to remember that he's an equal opportunity culture vulture. While country music and hip hop are different musically and they have different audiences, they do have something that's very much in common. They both have a visual aesthetic and a fan base that appreciates the real life embodiment of that aesthetic. Post Malone is no more country than he was hip hop. He's just peeling the skin off and wearing it around as a suit like a skinwalker. Like, who is Post Malone? What's he trying to say? What's his artistic voice? Nobody knows. He's a Rorschach painting. The viewer sees what they want to see. It just feels like he molds himself to match you instead of giving you himself and asking you if you like it. Like Kendrick Lamar said in his diss track about Drake coming down to Atlanta to be like ingratiated into the hip hop community. Post Malone essentially did the same thing with Morgan Wallen in country music. He doesn't feel like a colleague. He feels like a colonizer.
I mean, everyone, just because you're an artist doesn't mean it's Taylor Swift started from country and then she moved to hip hop. All right. You can't hate on country. All right. You stop it. I listen to all music, but I don't listen to country music. But that doesn't mean I hate country music. I just don't. It's not in my timeline currently. I'm not listening to Post currently, but I have seen Post. I have seen Post perform live. I have gone to Rolling Loud in California and literally watched this man perform. I've seen the original Post. I've seen what Post has turned into. The original Post, he was a thicker dude. Then he lost a bunch of weight, they say, aka replaced by a new clone that is a much better. Sorry. Yeah, the music I like of Post Malone, the countryside I have not listened to, but the hip hop side, what was the first one? Saucin' on you. Yeah, what was that? I remember that Post. That was the original Post, bro. Love Post. Sorry.
The information they're going to give me as they come forward, because they've gone to ground now, they're only communicating with me. I'm going to hand off to every celebrity and every media outlet and every influencer I know. And I need you guys to do the same thing. And it'll be open source. It'll be on a site that is blockchain protected, that's now stood up. And it's got to be seen by several billion people within a few days. So that means it's got to go wide. We're not talking about ufology and a handful of UFO nuts knowing about this. And the reason for it is that this summer he came to my place in Washington and he says, we don't want to risk our lives and our families' lives. And the main guy has 3 children, 2 of them are still fairly young. and he doesn't want to have his whole family killed for no good reason. In other words, where this gets released and it's a tree that fell in the woods nobody heard. So I said, let me put together this asymmetric disclosure where, regardless of what the bureaucrats in Washington do or London or anywhere else, it's seen by a large number of people. It's like what I've always said, you squeeze the toothpaste so hard out of the tube, it cannot be put back in. But listen, everyone listening, if you're an influencer, if you've got a YouTube channel, Facebook, TikTok, X.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Stephen Greer. Wait, was I saying anything? I don't know where it ended. My mom called. I lost my train of thought. And then I changed the language I was thinking, and now I need to change back to English here. 1 second. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, Stephen Greer, everything you say is like, I take like 50% maybe, and then the other 50% out the door. Are you really going to release something that's on the blockchain? I don't know. I don't know if you're really going to do that. I've heard many things that you're going to expose, and all these things that are going to come to light, and I'm still here in 2025. Nothing changed. Only the Bob Lazar stuff still ended up being the truth. Most everything you have indicated or said, it's been 50-50. Yeah, a few of your colleagues here and there validate it. Most of them that are pretty up in arms don't really know if you're clout chasing or not. And most of the time, you're also in need of like getting other people's stuff in order to get your message across. Like, as you said, you're reaching out to people that have YouTube channels and stuff. So it is a hard sell. You're sold out, Steven. That's what happened. I'm sorry. You gotta accept it. Hey, there's no new information you're gonna release. People are already fed up with your information. Nothing new nothing new has came out. And that is it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. As I said, I will see you guys next time. Stay home, stay safe, and most importantly of them all, don't be a hero. Just don't do it.
Wake up.